that's what it looks like today. It's ad product or ad advertorial product for a lot of you. This is an example of owning the customer. So this one's gonna be a little different. So I don't have an agency I want you to sign up for or a course. I'm not a guru. I don't have anything. The reason I flew 20 hours to come talk to you all today is because this space has dramatically changed my life in a number of different ways. I've allowed me to impact lives and change industries that I never thought or imagined I'd be able to do. This conference is a little funny for me though, because my first taste of an affiliate conference lasted about 5 minutes. The same people escorting me up on the stage were the ones escorting me off of the premises because I didn't have enough money to buy a ticket to actually come to one of these shows. So I snuck in. And while I was at it, I said, heck, why don't I take a list of all the exhibitors, went to the hotel next door that I was not staying at, and went through the line and met with everybody. And that's really where I got my crash course in affiliate marketing, was on that day. That day dramatically changed my life. So my ask for you today is if you see something, not just in my presentation, but anyone's presentation, share it, please. There's a tremendous virus, I think, in this space of scarcity mindset, of people, everybody looking over their back or their shoulder. And I think it's because you haven't built a business. You have an offer and a traffic source. And a lot of the stuff we're going to go through today is going to be around actually building a sustainable business. So that person next to you isn't competition. They know something you don't know, and you know something they don't know. And the sooner you start looking at it and open up and changing that mindset, I think you're going to see dramatic change in your life, in your business, and anything you touch. So just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting up here. I'm going to give away 10 grand cash to 2 different people that are here today. With nothing in return to help you test out a new source, hire an A player, whatever it is. Just DM me on Instagram and let me know what you're struggling with or working with. And it's my thank you for the people that have been on this stage before me and the ones that have taught me this space. So now that my little State of the Union's over with, and y'all didn't know I was going to be Oprah up here, let's learn some shit. So I talk fast and curse a lot, sorry in advance. Owning the customer without owning the offer. How many people here knew what the fuck that meant when you walked in? Cool, a couple people. Great. So this is you, most of you. If you're actually all of you probably. If you're a drop shipper, if you're a lead gen guy, if you're an affiliate e-com guy, you're likely having a one-night stand with your traffic. And what I mean by that is traffic comes in, they click, they come, they buy from you, they don't. Maybe you retarget them a little bit, but that's it. They're out the door, and it's on to the next, and it's on to the next. And everybody here is really, if I asked you when you walked in, you're here for the next crack hit. You're here, does TikTok work? How do I get Snapchat to work? How do I lower my costs on Facebook? What I think most of you, if not all of you, are missing is write this down. It's RPC, revenue per click. And that's really an important metric because you have control over that. Facebook gets moody and jumps your costs. You don't have control over that. What you do with that click and how much value you extract out of that visitor to your site or the impression you're serving, you do have control over that one too. So, I joke, most people in this room could recite their click-through rates, their CPAs, their conversion percentage, probably better than they know their own mother's birthday. But you don't know how much you make per click or per impression. So it's a really important metric that we're going to focus on here. Owning the customer. So we're going to define that today as the ability to reconnect with someone you already paid to get in front of to sell them more shit. It is not Webster's dictionary. That is my definition for today. And really everything we're going to go through today, I get it. I get it. You may have thought about creating your own product, sourcing it if you're an affiliate, to an e-com. You may have thought about if you're sending leads, like do you do the servicing of it? How does that work? But quite frankly, you probably make too fast the money, or you like sitting in your underwear behind clicking a couple buttons and making cash, and I get that. So everything we're going to talk about today isn't necessarily, will not require you to have cash flow issues, overhead, or all the negatives that go around kind of moving up the food chain or down the food chain, depending on how you look at it. But instead should theoretically give you all the benefits that would come with actually doing those things or owning the offers. So this is a big one for me, the building an income versus building a business. I really think marketing is the lifeblood to business. And I think this room is filled with some of the world's greatest marketers, but you guys don't look at yourself as business people. And I think a lot of it's because this simple concept, if the marketing gods came today and slapped you on the hand and said you're never allowed to do paid media again, if you've been an affiliate for months, years, a decade, what do you have to show for it at that point? How much longer would you be making money? Would it be a year, a month, a week, a day, an hour, 5 minutes? Most of you have been doing this for however long. In 5 minutes, your business would be shut down if you were never allowed to, and you wouldn't be making any more money if you weren't allowed to run paid media. So we're going to talk a lot about thinking long term and building a real business today versus just an income stream. And then this one is funny. How many times has an affiliate offer pulled out from under you, cap's been filled, change payout, networks go under, Facebook bans you? These are all issues that theoretically after today, you should be able to start building some legs in your business and stability to avoid a lot of these things. So why you need to own the customer, let's start there first, and then we'll get into tactics, how to do it, and all that good stuff. You do all the hard work and get nothing long term. Brands love you. Brands love you. And why they love you is because there's a 15% lift for the brand that you pay for and don't get anything back. Last time I checked, there's not an affiliate link for word of mouth. You're helping them create enterprise value, aka sell their company. When they sell, I don't think you get a piece of the pie. Could be wrong. And at the end of the day, people. You're bringing awareness to industries or companies, whether it's through the link or whether you're talking about whatever you're trying to push, the product or service. So that spillover when they go Google it or they see it on another attribution point by one of the brands you're pushing, you really created a lot of that or had a hand in that, and you make zero out of that. So that's one thing we're really going to focus on today is you do all this hard work, you get nothing in return. Tactics we talked a lot about. That's what everyone's focusing on versus making more money for your customer. One thing I joke about, but when's the last time you've got excited when Facebook CPMs went up? Costs went up and you threw a party. You guys high-fived each other and you're excited. I fucking love when Facebook gets more expensive. I do. Because it pushes my competition out, pushes people out. So until you're in a position where you can celebrate when Facebook ad costs go up, there's work to be done. There really is. And lifetime value, like I mentioned, you have control over with a lot of the stuff we're going to go through today. And the last one is, can you play at top of funnel? I read somewhere that only 1% of Facebook users are actively in the buying stage, meaning all these brands, all these millions, probably billions of dollars spent, go to 1%. So can you play at the other 99%? Could you convert someone off of a generic TV ad or a billboard on the side of the road? Could that be a profitable play for you? If not, there's some work to be done. So really, this is the key to building a real business. It's data, in my opinion. And these are some of the data points that we're going to talk through today. And how many of these can you guys circle? Can you circle 1, 0, 5? Maybe you can circle a ton of these. And what are you doing with that is really the real question. So, going through whether you're collecting the email, here's some of the things you can do with it: the phone number, physical address, credit card, retargeting. So brand, SEO, like I said as well too. Build a community, we're going to go through as well too, and a paid subscription. So results, like we talked about, are higher lifetime value. He who can spend the most to acquire a customer is always, always, always going to win. You can't compete with the brand that you're pushing an offer for because they have more margin than you. And these brands are getting better and better at marketing. So we've got to figure something out. We have to figure something out. Otherwise, you're eventually going to get pushed out by those that can. And get out of the rat race. It was funny. I'll share a quick story with you guys from a really big mentor of mine that's worth more than everyone in this room combined. And I told him what I was doing. I was like, this is a few years ago. I'm making all this money. I'm working out of my house. I'm hanging out. I can travel. I can do all this stuff. How badass is that? And he goes, sounds like a rat race. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, it sounds like you're in a rat race. If I get this correctly, you wake up every day and you start from 0 again. You're out hunting again. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm hunting the next day. Where's the end goal? Can you sell the thing? No. And what happens if Facebook all of a sudden doesn't like you or it's too expensive? I go, you're right, I'm done. He goes, it's a rat race. So I challenge you. That was a very humbling day for me and a very humbling conversation. So I want to give that to you too, because I know a lot of you are probably doing great things with your business, and it's super exciting, and kudos to you. But there's levels to this, and there's a next level that you can take your business and take yourself and take your skill set to. So same effort as optimizing campaigns we'll get to. It's a long-term asset, and you can sell the business. So if at this point you're like, great, that sounds awesome, got it, get it, great, how the hell do I do it? Then we're in the right spot right now. So most of you look like this. Today you have an ad. I purposefully chose the world's dumbest example. That way nobody in here could say, oh, that only works with diet pills, or that only works with e-com or lead gen or anything like that. We're going to talk about a plant affiliate, a little plant. They're called succulents that sit in your house that offer really not much value for people, in my opinion. So world's dumbest example on purpose. So this succulent ad, this is most of you today. You make it a little opaque. You're like, ooh, that's going to stand out in the news feed. Great. Then you might write the ad copy, if you can see it up there. Green gifts for moms. Sweet. I'm only going to target moms. My click-through rates are going to be badass. It's going to be relevancy scores through the roof. Someone clicks, you send them either directly to the product page, or you send it to an advertorial in between that might talk about how this plant has saved people from cancer, or this little plant allows you to find your next wife, or whatever crazy angle you want to come up with, or you talk about with this little plant. That's what it looks like today. It's ad product or ad advertorial product for a lot of you. This is an example of owning the customer. So this is a site that it is one step before the offer that I'm going to challenge you guys with today to look at, and we're gonna absolutely digest and pick apart the shit out of this example here. But it can go ad advertorial this offer, ad this offer, in anything. But something like this, we have to own that pre-sale page that lives before the offer. And I'm going to break it down really quickly and then in depth throughout the rest of the presentation. You'll see here some absolutely great sales copy. You keep walking out of the garden stores with succulents, only to end up killing them a few months later. Start talking about it. So great sales copy, selling a PDF, awesome Facebook community, great. How I'm going to break that down today is she has positioned herself, this site, as a knowledge reference in the space. So now you had enough excitement to click on the actual little plant ad, so you're clearly somewhat interested. And now there's an education component that's telling you, hey, do you know those things die quick? And you're like, oh, shit, I didn't know that. So she's automatically positioned herself as the knowledge reference in the space. Next, there's a 10 step-by-step PDF on how to not kill your succulent. Guess what's in that PDF? Affiliate links to that same product, to that same exact tree or little plant thing. And more. So she's given options. Oh, maybe this plant. If you like this one better, do this one. Also, you need soil. You need shovels. You need all this. Affiliate commission, affiliate commission, affiliate commission. That's what it looks like. And then a paid Facebook community that they're paying every single month to learn how to not kill succulents, how to keep your plants alive. It is absolutely beautiful, the lifetime value on this versus directly to the product. So the product guy, the example I showed, might make $5, $10, whatever it is. Make up a number. That was a silly example, whatever space you're in. This site has an average order value of over $150. So it's the exact same affiliate pushing plants, just sticking one thing right in between. This looks like a silly example. You're like, cute little plant company, great example, that's awesome. 500,000 people per month come to this little plant company. They have 52,000 monthly subscription members that not only pay monthly to be part of this group, but they paid for the PDF to teach them how to not kill their plants. It's gorgeous. This is an 8-figure business. This is a very sellable business that a garden store, like maybe even Amazon, would like to buy this because they're now looked at as the knowledge in the plant space or the succulent space in this example. So enterprise value, owning the customer data, lifetime value is going up, and really they just stuck one little step in between. So we'll digest this a lot more in depth as we keep rolling. There's really 3 steps to accomplish something like this, to build your business long term and actually own the offer, or own the customer, without the offer. So first one is building a brand around an affinity, not an offer. So what I mean by that is a lot of you, And myself, guilty, early days, I'm selling diet pills. Ooh, AdWords will love if I do best diet pill tips, or if I put that on Facebook, or it's gonna be super congruent with the diet pills I'm selling. Last time I checked, I haven't ran to my mom and been like, Mom, you gotta check out bestdietpills.com. Building a affinity, so vegan beauty hunters. It's a shareable name. It can cover multiple under the affinity. Here's one of the great examples. It's the wire cutter. So the wire cutter is nothing more than an electronics affiliate. And how they started out, don't quote me on this, was I believe pushing watches. And they said, heck, we're spending all this money in front of watch people. What happens if they just actually type in our site, or if they Google us or something like that? Crazy concept. Can we monetize them with a bunch of different things, a bunch of different offers? So they started pushing one product and then moved it to actually being able to monetize someone multiple ways just by branded search or spillover. It got really sticky for them. They got super excited, so then they blew out a whole thing and sold for $30 million. This is nothing more than, call it a watch affiliate, really, at the end of the day. I think the New York Times bought them too. This is why I'm broke. So they're a affinity for gifts. So now anytime you're like, oh, I got to get a gift for my mom, I got to get a gift for this person, come to the site, see what they have. So they're, again, too, they've positioned themselves as the knowledge reference in the space. It's very important. This is one that I really, if you take a picture of anything, it's this one. It's owning the pre-sale page. I just gave you an example with it with the digital product. It's very similar to, it'd be like you busting your ass to figure out where all the hot girls hang out. You talk to this girl that you're like, oh, that's the girl in my dreams. Talk to all her friends. You learn about her. You finally get the chance for a conversation with her, and then you don't take down her number. You just leave and you never see her again. Or worse, you get her number and you don't follow up to go on a date or a second date or third date. This is a lot of you today. You work so hard to attract this click, get this person coming to your site, and then they just poof, they go. You already paid for them and they're gone. So some different ways on here too, outside of the, and I'm going to give some examples as well to reference, but some examples of owning that pre-sale page might be getting someone to fill out something, download a guide, a PDF, SMS for text, email, coupon, take a quiz, an account for personalized offers, and then at a minimum, push notifications and retargeting, which some of you may be grabbing today, great. But I'm going to challenge you to take that pre-sale page to the next level, not just advertorial. Here's a cute little site. I see quiz to sell pills by email. It's kind of scammy looking. There's the as seen on that some of us rip off Google and throw up on our landers. Really what this is Real Age is the name of it. What you do is you give them all your information and you say, I'm 25, and you talk about your life, and then they say, oh, you're 25, but really by your answers, you're 33. And in order to really be your real age, the 25, you need to take these weight loss pills or use these creams for skincare or anything like that. $70 million acquisition. So now you look at it, it's this beautiful first step to growing younger. It looks Silicon Valley-esque. It's a quiz to sell offers is what it is. And it's a quiz to sell diet pill offers or shit that a lot of people would be like, oh, you don't want to tell your mom that that's what you're pushing as your affiliate offer. So just this simple quiz makes this an incredibly valuable company to the tune of $70 million, which got me excited. Hopefully it excite you too. And it's nothing more than just a little step in between the flow or your funnel that you have today. AppSumo, how many of you know what AppSumo is in here? I love getting their emails. They went from being a hosting affiliate to saying like, shit, why don't we just collect the email address and we'll just drip feed them a ton of different offers that are cool. I love getting these emails. They do email marketing great if you haven't already got this. But again, nothing more than a business affiliate, business software, hosting, things like that. So text email opt-in. Here's another example again of owning that pre-sale page. More so to capture the customer data. It's Black Friday. You see that the deal's about to go down. Put in your email or text them. I'm going to challenge you to give it a test and make up your own holiday. So it's the succulent national succulent holiday, or it's the plant holiday. Going off of that last thing. Put in your email address or your phone number to get the coupon or to get special notice or information about it. So. That's one thing that goes really well. And at a minimum, try this. Put this in between, and then just email them or text them the fucking offer you were going to push anyway. So, but you're building data. You're building a list. You're building a business. You're building something that can take with you, that you can continue to monetize and use outside of these platforms that we're so scared about compliance, getting shut down, getting expensive. Should I be at this one? Like, This is the stuff that you actually can build a very, very solid business off of and make more than you're making now too. And it's really not a big pivot from what you're doing today. This is another one. Scroll down. You want to read more, put in your information. That one's okay. This one, if you don't know of this tool, it's called Sniply is the name of it. It's a great tool. So Sniply essentially allows you to put a call to action on a site you don't own, for lack of better words. So think of it as you're pushing proactive. Somebody clicks your Facebook ad or whatever. They go to proactive.com. There's a call to action in the bottom left here. So what that is, again, at a minimum, I would challenge you to go home and split test against this and just start collecting emails. And really, some of you are probably sitting there going, that's going to kill my conversion rate. It's a function of what is the highest revenue per click. It's not a function of what's your conversion rate. Conversion percentages, I pay this and I make this per click. I pay this per impression and I make this per impression. So if your conversion rate drops by 10% because you're asking for the email, but your revenue per click goes up 15%, 20%, you're making more money. And you have a long lasting sellable asset again too, or something that you can actually leverage long term outside of these platforms, things like that. So I just want to rewrite that because I know a lot of people are probably sitting there and you go, oh, it might hurt my conversion rate or something. Again, even with that succulent site, even if her conversion rate can be 1/15 of the guy who's linking directly to the ad because the lifetime value is there, and that's not even taking an enterprise value, sellable asset, things like that we mentioned. So again, here's the digital product before. This is my favorite. This is what we do. This is what I would suggest and challenge you guys. It's really not that much more work. It's a PDF that then educates someone. It has to be something valuable, of course, but educates them, and then you're essentially sending them multiple offers. So you're not just boxed into one. If one of the offer dies, so that plant company that I referenced all of a sudden goes out of business, or they don't like affiliates anymore because somebody ran some scummy shit, you can swap it. You just swap the link within your PDF is really where you're pushing it. And again, too, earnings per click or revenue per click, I'd say at a minimum is going to be 2 to 3.5 times pushing the single offer, and I challenge you to do that for yourself. Here's some real life examples that I wanted to give to. I just wrote up real quick. First one, if you're a mattress affiliate or drop shipper, it's an ebook on how to stop sleep apnea. That's what a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with sleep apnea. Throughout the ebook or throughout the digital product, you're talking about the best mattresses, the best pillows, CBD before bed, apps, so that'll help you sleep. And then the community is giving tips on how to sleep better. And that's a very useful, sticky community too that you'd want to read about, learn about, and things like that. And again, too, this is a mattress affiliate or drop shipper today. That flow looks similar to, like I said, it's an ad to the mattress, or the ad to the advertorial to the mattress, or whatever that is. This next one, beauty products affiliate or drop shipper, secrets of true love. So I think all of us on this planet are really here to procreate. Everyone's looking for love, or if you're not, how to maintain love. So the secrets of true love, I think this pretty much hits everybody on the planet. And in there, it's multiple beauty products, dating apps, weight loss pills. Did you know that this face cream gives out a pheromone that attracts 75% more of your perfect mate? Things like that all throughout the ebook that actually add value, actually are true in perfect sense. But it's something that's exciting for someone to pay for, download a digital product, something like that. So reoccurring community, again, too. People talk about different tips on how they can find their true love, things like that. Oh, creating your own offer. How ironic is that? You're here, you're an affiliate, and you're essentially creating your own offer. And that's what we do. It sounds so funny, but you're an offer, do an offer. People love it, and fuck it. You see this ebook sells for $127. That's not taking in the affiliate link commissions in there. That's not taking in the reoccurring subscriptions, the again, word of mouth and things like that. So you're literally, ironically, creating your own offer to push offers in a really silly sense. So. Step 3, so this is the last step across the board. This one's super exciting for me. Reoccurring revenue, reoccurring paid membership, essentially subscription revenue. So 2 really common companies are Amazon Prime, obviously. Users spend $1,400 when they're a Prime member versus $600. So it's a testament that they're a stickier customer. Being part of that community. But again, too, you could make an argument. You're going to say, oh, well, they give you 1-day shipping, or it's because of this. Sure, Costco makes more money, in fact, double than they do selling $138 billion worth of products. Costco is exactly that succulent site. You're paying for access to offers, if you think about it. They have vetted offers, they have seen offers, you come in there, and because you pay for the subscription, they can break even on their leading offer, which is all the food and drink and all the stuff you buy. They even lose money, I think, on like the chickens and shit like that. But can you break even on your leading offer and make money on the back end? That's a challenge for you too, and really, Costco, again, too, is exactly the example I just gave you. You're paying for access to offers at the end of the day. So here's a quick, doesn't disrupt your current flow or funnel one bit. It's free, and it's going to essentially move someone from a interactor on your Facebook ad to actually a paid subscription member. So we're gonna rock through this. This tool called Invite Post Likers to like your page in Facebook essentially invites post likers to like your page on Facebook. Really creative name, clever name. But really what it does is somebody likes your ad, you're then inviting them to like your page on Facebook. Great, that's the name of the tool, super simple. Next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go and actually create a group that's linked to your page. So you're gonna go to your page that you just invited, and you're gonna go right on the left, you see groups, link group or create a group, you're gonna link the two. Then you're going to use that exact same tool I just mentioned to essentially invite people. Once somebody's liked your page, that suggested box for groups are all page likers. So now you've moved someone from someone who just liked a Facebook ad to inviting them to join your Facebook group now for free. And through that flow, so now they've got an invite to actually join your group. You're going to add sales copy, and you're going to add sales copy everywhere you can. So write the little note, you're going to add sales copy, the banner image, there's sales copy, the about us, there's sales copy, all across the board on why somebody should join your group. And then when they click the join group, there's questions you're going to ask them. Might be something, and really again too, I leverage that, and we leverage that as sales copy again too. So for $6.93 a month, this group saves you $125 on your monthly bills. Pay here by going to this link. Or you say something like that, secrets of true love again too. An average member finds their significant other in the first 90 days, all for $6.77 a month or whatever random number you want to choose. And at a minimum, ask for the email and phone number. So now you've turned a Facebook ad liker to actually having their email and phone, and you've cost you $0, and it hasn't disrupted your flow or your funnel whatsoever to whatever you're running today, pushing offers, anything like that. You've turned someone from a Facebook ad liker to actually a paying member of your group. And last tool I'm going to give you here for this is called funnel groups or group leads. I have no affiliation with either, but what they do is theoretically you're operating at a high rate. There's a ton of people liking your ads, aka there's a ton of people getting invited to your group, and if you're doing it right, they're subscribing to your group, so it automatically approves them. And it actually sends them an email in real time. So imagine in the background running on autopilot, someone that likes your ad all of a sudden is getting an email in their inbox within the next few minutes. It's pretty significant shit. Because again, you could drop them to pay to join your group, or that initial offer that you were pushing again to, now you're sending them via text and email as well too. Page liker to actually engaging with them via email. So some other tips on the reoccurring membership, that reoccurring group that I talked about is, you charge an insignificant amount per month to access the group. So I don't know about you guys, I didn't cancel my Netflix subscription when I came here, or I'm going to travel for a month. I pay for Hulu to watch South Park for 4 months out of the year, and the other 8 I don't cancel because it's just an insignificant amount of money. And that's really, we have to thank Amazon for a lot of that paid subscription where we forget that we're really even paying for it. So an insignificant amount of money really goes unnoticed and a long time. Drop daily value into the group. So you want to sprinkle additional offers in there, free app download, discounted prices. A few other things you can do within that now paid group, that paid Facebook group, is challenges. So here's our 12-week challenge. It makes it sticky that they'll theoretically you're anchoring them in to be there for a long time. Review community. So this week we're reviewing this skincare cream, and it's an affiliate link. And post your before and afters, post what you liked, didn't like about it, things like that. So now you build this community of everybody's hoorah joining on Mondays to post how the actual skincare cream worked for them or whatever it is. And then another good one is run a contest for engagement, giveaways for anybody who's actually participating to increase participation and overall time that they're staying a paid member in that group. I'm a big fan of being able to buy time or invest in yourself to cut the learning curve or speed. So, I would approach 10 to 20 big groups, see if you can buy their group. So you're out of the gate, you're already rolling with a group that has a membership, or at a minimum, ask them to partner with them or to become a sole advertiser to cross promote essentially your group if they've got the same demographic that you're after or looking for. You'll see YouTube and Facebook are already on the scent for this, so they see people not necessarily to this extent doing it, but private Snapchats, or that might be for a different application, but random things that people are paying for, and you'll see YouTube has $4.99. Join this private channel where there's better content. Facebook's going to start rolling out as well too, is paid membership groups. So if they're on the hunt, these massive companies, it's probably a reason. They know that they're not getting a piece of the cheese, a piece of the pie, and they're trying to get involved with it. So it's absolutely prime timing right now to start building these paid subscriptions, these paid groups. So overall recap, it's number one, affinity versus an offer. Secondly is owning the pre-sale page, circle and star that one. That's massive, that most people aren't doing today. And the third one is that reoccurring paid membership. It's super, super valuable, again, to overall bake into the lifetime value of your customer. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, and really everything I've talked about today, really bakes into one thing, and it's thinking long term. I'm going to challenge you to get out of that rat race every single day, waking up, and am I going to go down on Facebook? Am I okay? Great, I crushed it yesterday. What's my ROAS going to be today? It's an exhausting rat race, guys. It really is. And again, too, everybody's done. A lot of people do so well in this space that the pain point's not there enough to get out of that rat race. But when you really break it down and you start looking at it, it's a rat race. What it is. The scarcity versus abundance mindset I touched on at the very beginning of the presentation. That's a massive one. Even in decisions you're making, if you know that you're a great marketer, if you're confident in your skills, you're always going to be able to make money. So, there's really, what's the risk to invest in something long term? Because even if it fails, the abundant mindset would say that the next one will get it, or you're going to have learnings out of that. Welcome rising CPAs, like I talked about. Compliancy challenges. It's a moat around your business. It's like when somebody fucks up in my business, we applaud it. It's like, awesome, we learned something. Awesome, it's a moat that other people aren't doing. They're not testing this out at this rate, or they're not failing as quickly or as often as we are. So look at that as pushing competition out. Last few points here, guys, I'll leave you with is long-term investment. So build a team and build A players. Don't just hire for cheap. I heard Magic Johnson speak, who said, if you hire non-A players, you will eventually come back to hire them. So you might as well save yourself time and the money and go hire them right out of the gate. And that's really stuck with me significantly. So look at non-traditional traffic as well too, that people aren't talking about. Direct mail, TV, SEO, podcast, things like that. There's a lot of cheese to be found there as well. Versus 3,000 people here. Really, I would say the majority of the room's on Facebook or native or something like that. The last 2 points I'm going to slow down for a second here is call your customers and talk to them. And I call them customers too, because even though you're not doing the servicing, the second you start thinking that this is your business, not your income stream, they really are your customers. Everyone you get in front of is your customer. And it could be somebody who just messaged the page. I'll say, hey, can I give you a $20 Amazon gift card just to chat with me for a few? The amount of learnings I have for sales copy, advertorials, what's the next offer we push, what's the next thing we do, it pays for that hour of time. I don't care how busy you are, how much money you make, 10, 50 times over. So I really challenge you to actually have a direct communication. It's tough for us because we see numbers on the other side of a Facebook dashboard. We forget that those are real people. So having those conversations with those people, I think is just a wealth of knowledge. The last one, guys, it's greater purpose. I mean, Jim Carrey has a really famous quote that's always stuck with me, and he says, I wish everybody could realize I wish everybody could achieve the riches and the clout or the celebrital status that they think they want, to know that that's not what it's about. And I love that quote because everything becomes relative. Money becomes relative. it becomes relative to an extent. I don't care how much money you make, how many Lamborghinis you drive, what you do, everything becomes relative at some point. So the more you can anchor yourself today and say, what can I do that's long lasting? How can I change an industry? I get in front of thousands of people. You have a significant impact if you're in this room. You get in front of thousands of people, maybe even millions of people a day, a week, a month, whatever it is. You have a significant responsibility to yourself, really, to do something long-term, to do something that you're proud of, that you really leave your legacy behind and is a greater purpose than just making some cash. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. I'm out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
As expected, that was next level. Seriously,
Thank
that
you.
was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Should we go through some questions?
Let's rock it.
Perfect, let's do it. All right, so how can an e-commerce brand use the concept that you just been presenting?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the example I just gave really is an e-commerce brand. So pretend like you're the succulent shop person. Really at that point, like even your competition can't compete with you because you've increased your lifetime value of a succulent buyer or a plant buyer. So even if you own that exact plant company, everybody else can only, let's just say the price is $15, $10 to $20 for this plant. When you're putting something like this in front of it and actually educating them on other things, even if you don't own soil or you don't own the shovels that you're talking about or things like that, one, it leads to the next product you're going to actually launch, theoretically, because you get to see what people actually care about. And then two, you're increasing your lifetime value to where even the other succulent companies or the other plant companies, they can't compete with because they can only have so much margin on the cost of the actual plant.
All right, cool. So you talked about using PDFs, right?
Yeah.
The question is about how do you actually track performance when you got links in PDFs?
Yeah, great question. So essentially, you put like a vanity link in there, so it'll be like domainname.com/offer1 or whatever it is, and then you can link it to whatever offer you want. You can always swap that out because that link theoretically lives on your domain somewhere, so that you can always swap it out on the back end wherever you're redirecting it to. So hopefully that answers your question in depth. If not, grab me after, DM me on Instagram, and I'll go more in depth on that.
Cool, perfect. That's a nice offer. You should really take him up on that. You'll be drowning in messages again. That's cool. All right, so when is a good time to actually monetize your audience or community? So if you want to start with value first, grow it out, then monetizing, when should you start?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, if you're doing it right, you can monetize it out of day one because it's you're offering that much value. But realistically, yeah, it makes sense to do it for free and drop affiliate offers in there as you're going, or through the email or through the text that you collected for them to join. So you can do everything I said for free there, and then layer in the charging for the PDF versus giving it away for free, charging for the actual subscription of the group versus giving it away for free. But yeah, in a theoretical sense, last thing I'll add to that is I would have some of your friends, some members on your team, whatever it is, work as seed people in there, meaning you guys are even like artificially having a conversation with yourself or being active in the community, so it feels bigger and more active than it is. Maybe it's 5 different people conversating in there. Because yeah, you're right, if it's a stale group, no one's going to buy it, and if the PDF sucks or the offer sucks, no one's going to buy it. So if you're doing it right, you can charge out of day one, but realistically, it makes sense to grow it and sharpen your teeth, and once you get good at it, then you can start from day one getting paid, and you might be able to today too. So if the offer is good enough and the value you're giving is good enough, you can charge for anything.
Cool. So the next question is also about links, right? So the question is, do you actually tell people that you're using affiliate links? How do you go about that?
Yeah, I mean, it really in a perfect world, especially if it's in that group, that's your new family, that's your new tribe, your community, and a lot of times we put a face to that community too, so it's more relatable. So yeah, it's a good idea to share with them transparently. Say, hey, some of the things in here we do receive commissions for, but it allows us to continue to add value here, to invest our time into that. And I think that level of transparency, people are okay with, they're excited about, and maybe they don't have a problem with it. In fact, the opposite, they start to support it because they're like, oh, Anthony's actually going to make money off of this. This is awesome. Good. Maybe he'll be able to keep putting more value into here. So yeah, we generally disclose it in the group for sure, so it doesn't come off as scammy or you're using people.
I think it really depends on the value they put, right? If it's a nice value and actually you offering something to your audience,
100%.
yes, they will actually buy it more often. If it's shady shit, yeah.
Not as much.
All right, cool. So talk about traffic sources, right? What kind of traffic do you prefer? What do you recommend?
Yeah, so I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say 50% of our traffic is on Facebook. The other 50% makes up social, makes up Snap, YouTube, Google, SEO. We also do a ton of direct mail. A lot of it's in the spaces we're in too. Direct mail works really well. And then we'll be launching TV in the new year as well. So we touch a lot of different platforms, but Facebook is a very strong one. But I do feel like a lot of, again, the customer data we're generating and the diversity enough, we do have a stable business that, again, if Facebook yanks me tomorrow, I'm not fucked or I'm not out of business or something like that.
Yeah, that's super important. Talking about Facebook and being fucked, tools for Facebook, right? What do you use for subscriptions on Facebook groups?
Yeah, that tool I gave you automates the request answers. And then, I see, for the actual payment.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to circle back with you on that one. I'll send it out, whoever sent that one out. I'm not sure which one we use, but yes, we do use a tool.
All right, so then what kind of tool are you using to build out your pre-sale pages? Are you custom coded?
Yeah, a lot of them are custom coded, but you could build them on a lot of, whatever you build them on. It's really, the value again too is like, whatever your, it could be WooCommerce, could be Shopify now in this point as well too, because you're really selling a product. It's just a digital product, so the fulfillment isn't on the back end of that, and the headache and the cash flow issues aren't there. But it's really just a product in the end. So we use Shopify for a lot of those sites. The one you saw is built on Shopify. So that's what we use for a lot of that stuff.
Cool, perfect. Let's take a last question. Our time is already up, but I'd love to take that one too. So how do you structure a team around the concepts that you just presented?
Yeah, somebody who has a genuine obsession for the space, so the niche that you're talking to. So again, plants. I really don't actually care if they're a marketer at all. I just want someone who loves the shit out of plants, and that's all they think about all day is plants.
Sure.
And they can talk to somebody else who loves plants, and they can talk to them better one-to-one conversation than I ever could. So we could teach the structure and the procedures around that, but really when I'm hiring and training, it's somebody who loves the community, who has a deep-rooted care for the audience, and really leads with giving and love and excitement about whatever it is we're talking about, more so than affiliate marketing. It's actually better if they're naive and they don't understand affiliate marketing. It really is. It's better.
True. That's a very good piece of advice. I have to cut it off here. I know there's so much more to talk about. I think you're available for questions as much as you can.
I am, yeah.
Later
I'll
on.
be at the networking event.
Perfect. All right. This was Anthony. Thank you so much.
Thanks.